Hello everyone, this is Godzilla Wolf 1 and I am back with another Angels with Scaly Wings live stream. And we probably will see the end of Lorem or Anna's route. Possibly both. Possibly both. But yeah. Also, I am very sore because I have been doing a good bit today. But I am fine. Also, not much to say about the last Dragonlance game, except I found out, because, long story short, there's some, how do I say this? Well, really, well, it went up. Because it was $9.49, so it went up one. But really all I can say is that I found out that you can use calm emotions as a therapy tool. But let me just message this out. Also, good news is that Wormlings is now officially available for the public. So if you are interested, it's a really good system. I have been playing it with some friends of mine, and we are having a good bit of fun. Yeah, it's very cute. It's a very cute game. But yeah, if you're interested in it, I would suggest going to look into it. Hi, thank you, XX. So far, I'm really enjoying Wormlings, and I would recommend, if you are interested, to go check it out. The digital version has already been released, but the physical versions will take a bit longer to come out. But you can pre-order them now if you want one. But yeah, I really like the game, and I would highly recommend it to anyone that wants something very distinct from the D&D style of game, because it's very different, which is good because it makes it have its own identity and be very refreshing, honestly. But yeah, like, it's just a game that's really fun, and it's basically a playable Saturday morning cartoon. That's basically the best way that I can describe it. And I did run one of the adventures that comes with the game book Friday night, which was honestly really fun. Like, I did modify it, of course, to, you know, add a bit. And I will say the creators are very nice. I've been in contact with them, and they've been very responsive to feedback. So yeah, so if you're interested in it, I would highly suggest you check it out. But we are going to get the party started. Okay, so we can meet with Anna with low rem right now. Let's check the status screen. I wish Remy would still show up on here, but he doesn't. I don't know why those two are up. Those two particular cards are there. Realistically, it should be the ones representing those two. Okay, loss makes sense. Adine's card doesn't. But anyway, let's start with low rem, who does not have a romantic option, actually. You just get the base one with him. Hey low rem. So this is where you live. You already got a glimpse of when you just delivered Reza's letter, remember? Yeah, but back then I didn't really notice anything. I was nervous. Why were you nervous? Well, there was the fact that I was going to speak to a human, plus I didn't really know you'd actually listen to what I had to say. And then I wondered if if I was going to remember everything I wanted to tell you, or worse, if I get thrown out again, like when I talked to Reza. You actually talked to Reza? Well, not really. He just took the letter I had for him and closed the door, but that was before you arrived here. You know who sent the letter? Came through the portal, so I assume it was from a human. I see. By the way, did you hear about Ipsum? Apparently he's become a witness for a murder case. Yeah, I actually took his statement not that long ago. Really? Oh, does that mean that he has something to do with this has something to do with Reza's disappearance? There's really no denying it at this point. How long have you been helping the police anyway? Since the day of my arrival, really. Oh wow, I guess that's why you've been so busy. I imagine you can't talk about it, though. I don't really care anymore. Besides, I think it's become common knowledge by this point. You're trying to find Reza, right? Wasn't he your friend? I'm not sure I'd call him that. Still, he was supposed to be your partner in this, and now he's just gone. I'm more worried about what he's doing now. Even if we find him, this may put our diplomatic relationship in peril. I guess I shouldn't talk about stuff like that. Why not? It's no use worrying about things that I can't change. Right. Just focus on the things you can. That's my philosophy. Yeah, I'm reminded of one of the Land Before Time movies. Because the character said, change what you can, respect what you can't. You know, it's a bit of a shame you didn't want to go to the festival. I already had my fair share of adventure last time we met, and besides, I probably should lay low for now. You're right, the crowds would probably go crazy if they saw you. We could still watch the big fireworks show together, though. We wouldn't even need to go to the festival grounds to do that. Sure, if you'd like. It only takes place at the end of the festival, though. When's that? A few days from now. You've been here a few minutes, and you already want to schedule our next get-together. Get-together? That's an odd way of phrasing it. Would you prefer if I call it a date? I don't know. It just seems a bit odd to me, considering this all started with me begging you to meet me so I could draw pictures of you. We did that, and then we went treasure hunting, which was your way of saying thanks. What would you call it what you're doing here now, then? Dinner. I invited you for dinner. I'm not seeing anything to eat, though. Right, that's because I wasn't sure what's in the kitchen. I also don't know what you like, so let's just order something. There are a few places nearby. Do you have anything in mind? Not really. I'm in the mood to try something new. Sure, how about pizza? Sounds good. Alright, let's get called Patoli's then. They already let us down in the treasure hunt. Why do you think this will be any different? They're the closest, and I haven't ordered from them in ages. Maybe for good reason. If they can't get their treasure hunt right, I don't want to know what they do to their pizza. It's just pizza, Dove. How bad could it be? Alright, if you vouch for Pantoli's, go ahead. Actually, I think they've got one of their menus here. Yep, here it is. Let's see, even their smallest pizza is going to be pretty big for me. We could share one. Sure, what toppings would you like? I think I'll go with salad. Seriously, salad on pizza? That's a new one. Sounds interesting. I'll take that as well. I've actually had salad pizza. Like, I have actually had salad pizza. It's normally not actually made like a normal pizza. It's normally like it's normally like use cream cheese and vegetables instead of normal cheese. It's actually pretty good. Let's go with this. That sounds interesting. You're thinking enough to try it? I'll look at the other options first. Alright, what would you like on your half? The grape salad. Let's go with pepperoni. I'm just normally pepperoni. Got it. I'll just place the order then. Go ahead. Low Rim's adorable. I do like Low Rim a lot. I'll get it. Got up and walked to the door. From my place on the couch, I couldn't see anything, but I heard a bit of talking. Returned to me carrying the square box. The flyer who delivered this, I actually know her. I guess it's not unusual for you to know each other. Your jobs are pretty similar. I suppose some things never change in this town. Opened the box and showed me the pizza we had ordered. Memories of days gone by raced through my head. Alright, let's get this party started. Don't we need more people for a party? With pizza, anything's a party. I mean, he has a good point. I feel like I haven't had a pizza like this in ages. What are you waiting for then? I wanted to slice on the surface. There was an obvious layer of grease that was sure to stain anything it came in contact with. What do you think? It's been way too long. Guess you don't mind that we got Pantulis now, huh? With these words, he grabbed one of the slices on his half and bit into it. Chewing a few times, his expression suddenly twisted into a scowl. Is something wrong? I don't remember why I haven't ordered from Pantulis in a while. Their pizza sucks. It's not that bad. Maybe you just haven't had a good pizza to compare it to. Hey, it's still better than nothing. I suppose. By the way, how's your game coming along? I don't know. I feel like I've hit a wall. Why is that? Maybe I got in over my head, you know? The more progress I make, the more it becomes apparent that I'll need a lot more help than I thought. So far, you're the only one who's been working on this, right? Yeah, but I'm starting to realize that it won't work out if I continue like this. Why not? It would never be done, or if it was, it'd be very different from what I'd like it to be, so something needs to change. I suppose I'm just worried, because once you start involving other people, things get a lot more complicated. How so? I've always been the odd one out. I'm not sure how well I could work with a team. You have to find people, work out how to pay them, and then divide the work. I guess I'm just starting to realize what kind of investment this would actually be. I'm a lot more optimistic last time we talked about this. Yeah, it's all fun and games when you're thinking about ideas that you would turn into a game, but once you actually start working on it, it's a completely different story. At some point, it just becomes another job, but isn't that what you expected? Of course it is. I knew it would be a lot of work, but I guess I'm just not sure if it's all worth it. And then why you're making it in the first place. Last time you said that you had nothing to lose either way. Yeah, well, maybe I was wrong about that. I do have something to lose. What's that? Myself. Not sure if I'm ready to do what is necessary to finish what I started. If you think about what's the worst that could happen, investing a lot of time and money only to end up with nothing in the end. I end up disappointing those who play the game, those who collaborated with me, and lastly myself. That's what you're worried about? That's what being a creator is like. If you put tons of work and effort into something, you want people to like it, right? If that's not what's going to happen, why do it in the first place? Yeah, as someone who is a creative, I know exactly how that feels. Like, I definitely do. Because at some point, I think everyone who's done creative endeavors knows what that feeling is like. But you're not doing this for other people, are you? It's your game and your idea, after all, right? But you're not trying to cater to someone else, so what other people think is not important. Besides, what they think is outside of your control anyway. Just look at what happened with Pantulis. Why do you think their pizza sucks? They probably cut a lot of corners during production, and with the ingredients, they value quantity over quality, and are only trying to get as many pizzas out as possible to satisfy demand. They're cheap, and the pizza tastes like it. Okay, but they are still in business, so this must be working out for them somehow. If you don't like it, they are offering something other people clearly want. Probably don't give a beep around whether you or not you like their pizza. I'm sure they don't. They just give people what they want, and that's why they stay in business. Are you saying I won't be successful if I don't cater to others? No, I'm saying that unless being successful is your goal, you don't need to cater to anyone. Riley, get away from my foot. Get away. Oh no, you can sniff my foot. Just Riley's being adorable. No, okay, don't lick my foot. Don't lick the bottom of my shoe. You can lick my foot, but just don't lick the bottom of my shoe. You don't need to cater to anyone else, because if you did, you'd end up like Pentoli's and you would really lose yourself. I guess you have a point. So, what if other people like their greasy pizzas? That's not what you do. You want to do. Certainly not. Said yourself that your philosophy is to focus on the things you can change, so what are your options here? And says that is do or do not. There is no try. Yep, good old Yoda. Not doing this has never been an option for me. Then make the most of it and nothing else matters. I think you're right. I should focus on getting things done as best I can. Who knows, maybe you're wrong about Pentoli's. Maybe they're actually a big family restaurant with a rich tradition and history, and that's why people like them. No, I think it's just because they have cheap pizzas. Anyway, there's a good reason for my anxiety. I usually keep to myself, and that's always how I've worked best. If there's one thing life has taught me, it's that people fear what they don't know. I guess that's an odd thing to say when humans are worshipped by many. Most of them don't actually know any humans, not like I know you. Maybe I should rephrase that. People are afraid of what they don't understand. I was bullied a lot when I was a kid. You know, it can be pretty rough when you're growing up and all other kids are always bigger than you are. Luckily, that was never a problem for me. Even in kindergarten, we get told not to make fun of our differences because of how different our species are. It's just odd that as a society that celebrates our differences, there are still things that are too different even for them. When I grew up and went to college, I thought people would know better than to continue doing those horrible things, but I was ultimately proven wrong. Their bodies may be those of adults, but their hearts had stayed in the same place they were a decade ago. Working on my own has helped, but that is treating the symptom, not the cause of the problem. Can't always just run away, and I'll have to step into the limelight and brave the storm again if I want to finish this game. Something about me you don't know. In a way, I owe it to you to tell you, because you're going to find out sooner or later anyway. And when that happens, it should be on my terms rather than someone else's. What is it? I'm a hermaphrodite. One with both sets of sex organs, and before you ask, that is something that is not at all common in any of our dragon species. In the eyes of some, that makes me a freak of nature, something that needs fixing or shouldn't exist in the first place. Yeah, like that's one reason that it's awkward to talk about low rem is, well, they're not a he, they're a they. And yes, the game does change the pronouns. So yeah, that kind of was awkward. But yeah, this is the big reveal with them. I don't mind. I'm not sure what you say. Get out. That's only if you want the bad end. Like that not even the bad end. That's only if you want the evil ending. Yeah, the game has an evil ending. If you're a massive jerk to everyone and make them all hate you, you get the evil ending, where you become the villain of your own story. But we're gonna go with I don't mind. You don't? Sure, some people may think that it's odd, but I don't really care. It's just another part of who you are. Thank you. That's such a big relief. And, you know, it's not always the bullies who go after me once they know. Too often it's been people who I thought were my friends. So whenever I meet another person, I have to prepare myself for this conversation, not knowing if they'll suddenly turn against me when they find out. Reactions can be very different. Some get angry or make fun of me, others feel betrayed and don't want to have anything to do with me anymore. By now, I think I've seen it all. I'm just glad that you're not like them. but it's always a gamble. Maybe the next person I tell is going to become violent. How can I put myself out there when this could happen wherever I go? You know what I mean? What will people do when they find out about me in my game? I just don't know. That's what I'm worried about. I only wish there was a place I could be safe from all that, where it just wouldn't matter that this is who I am. Someone like you, someone in a place of authority, said something maybe that could change things. Yeah, it would be nice if they did. I know you can't interfere with our politics, though. You're an ambassador. Doesn't mean I don't have hope that something like that will happen someday. Should probably go now. It's getting late. You made me feel a lot better, though. You told me not to worry about the future, and maybe you're right. Sure, there's still a lot of work ahead, but maybe it's not as hopeless as I thought. It never is. Hey, do you still want to see the fireworks show together? Sure. Alright, just give me a call in a few days and we can discuss the details. I'll do that. Alright, I'll see you then. See ya. Okay, so... Anna's not on here. I mean, I can fix that, no problem, but... Oh, abandoned. Okay, well, I can fix that. I just have to do this. Save here, and then go here, load here. And then just go talk to Anna instead. Benefits of multiple save files. It might have also just been I did it in the wrong order. Yes, she's here. And Riley's licking me now. Hey, Anna. Hey. What's going on? You sound pretty worried on the phone. Worried? If I was worried, it would mean I was afraid of something that might happen, but I'm way beyond that. I know exactly what's going to happen to me. It's over. It's all over. What are you talking about? First they came to my lab, and now they went to my home, too. Who did? The police. They raided the place. They had a warrant and everything. I already knew that I already know they have everything, all they need to convict. I already know that they have all they need to convict me. I'm going to die in prison. Why? Because of those tests I did on you. You die in prison because you looked at my fingernail under a microscope? A bit confused. Why don't you start from the beginning? Alright. And here we get the drama bomb from her. This goes back years and you already know half the story. I was a brilliant mind who had skipped years in school and was on the fast track through Mercy with an incredibly lucrative career in front of me. You wouldn't believe the offers I had based on my accomplishments. I was already in school and already solving problems that no one had even touched before. I had so many rewards lining my shelves that new ones just went straight to the trash. I didn't need them. I just enjoyed the challenge. So, yeah, Anna's a child prodigy. But she did kind of allude to before that she just kept getting thrown ahead grades, which clearly did not really help her mental state. Besides, I couldn't care less about what some old people thought about my work, as if I needed their approval. I was already more than any of them could have ever dreamed to be. The next problem I was going to tackle was an incurable disease. I started my research, but in an ironic twist of fate, I ended up contracting that very same disease myself. Whether someone had not been following health and safety protocols as well as they should have, or I was just unlucky, I'll never know. As I now had a disease that was treatable but not curable. Having an incredible amount of people with my work, I was now the one who needed help, yet there was no one who could help me. No one but myself. I was already planning on working on a cure anyway, but what better reason could there ever be than trying to save myself? I went about my affliction and set out to do what others had failed to do. Materials I needed to start my work were easy to acquire by just waving my status around. I had free reign over my own lab. I could have even gotten assistance if I wanted to, but I knew they would be liabilities. I even had a few good leads for ways to combat the disease. The only one that I could choose though the one that I chose to pursue was not exactly legal. Without the approval of the council, my research was promising though, and while I submitted the paperwork, I knew these things would always move slowly. Being pushed through the various boards and committees could have taken months, if not years, depending on how generous they would be. I just couldn't afford to wait that long, as I was working against the clock. The paperwork to be approved, I had already started with my work. They expected them to approve it eventually. How could they not, given I was tackling an incurable disease? What I was going to use was not necessarily a new one, but it was controversial. It didn't even cross my mind that anyone would object, seeing it would cure thousands, if not millions, of people in the future. But I was younger then, and a little more naive than I am now. My whole project came crashing down in flames. The proposal that I was sure would be approved was ultimately rejected. Work I'd already done in jeopardy, and I had already made good progress at the time, too. For the rejection, there was going to be an inspection of my workplace in order to determine the progress I had made on the project, which they assumed had been within the bounds and didn't include any of the controversial things outlined in the paperwork. Of course, that meeting was just going to be a pretense, because I knew there were already rumors going around of what really went on in my lab. In the end, I had very little warning. Thankfully, I managed to dispose of most of the egregious evidence before they arrived. They found proof of my wrongdoing, but since they didn't find evidence of how far I had already proceeded, I was able to deny most of their accusations. The original method, when it hadn't been improved, was still seen as a very grievous offense, however. I was charged and sentenced harshly, though the sentence was suspended due to their lack of evidence. With all I had done for them, they knew it better than to take away my license, and I was able to continue work in other areas, since I was with a council-owned facility. So, you see, I assumed that those tests on me were against whatever conditions they set for the suspended sentence. Exactly. Why didn't you just do things the proper way and wait for the paperwork to clear? Because before my paperwork would even get through, you'd be long gone. If the test subject would have been a process that the council would have to discuss with humanity. As such, there might have been another trade agreement and who knows what else. I just didn't have the time. Quite frankly, I don't even know how much longer I have left. This is my death sentence. You thought my test results would help you find a cure. And that's never going to happen now. How did they find out so quickly? It's not been that long since I came to your lab. It wasn't just those tests, there was Reza too. Reza told me he didn't give you any of his blood when you asked for it. Because that's not what I got from him. This is my life we're talking about. Do you think I didn't spend hours on the ground in the hallway of the facility after Reza's first visit trying to find a stray hair or anything else I could use? Or that when I gave him the first generator, I didn't try to graze his skin just enough that I could salvage a few skin cells? How did they find out about all this? It's Damian, my assistant, that piece of, beep. He was blackmailing me. Why? Because he's jealous of me, jealous of my success. He found out what I was going to do with the stuff I could salvage from Reza. I didn't mind giving him what he wanted, though. I just wanted to live. Yeah, Angels with Broken Hearts revealed this is not the first time Damian's tried this stunt. Like... And here's the thing. It's pretty much confirmed by this point Damian knows exactly what's going on with Anna here, and does this stuff anyway. So... yeah, Damian is a genuinely horrible person. What are you doing, Riley? When he died, the police searched his apartment and they found all the evidence he had on me. Everything is coming down, I will be punished to the full extent of the law, and I will die in prison. My work will be forever tainted, not that I'll care about that when I'm dead. Do you remember that childhood friend of mine I told you about? I never wanted to end up like her, but it seems that not even I can do anything to escape that fate. Maybe I deserve it. Maybe it's my punishment. I have to die just like she did because I left her. I will spend the last of my days bedridden in a prison cell, and no one will visit me or care. This is genuinely really sad. you know what? With all that data I got from you, I might have actually found a cure. I don't want to cry in front of you. I don't want the attention or pity. I don't want it. I didn't cry back when I was diagnosed. I'm sure as heck not going to cry now. I admit that I was selfish always, yet I did great things. At least that's what everyone kept telling me. You know, after the whole affair back then and the suspended sentence, the rumors about me never stopped. Did they warn you about me, tell you to stay away? I'm sure they have. Why are you still here? I didn't listen to them, I guess, just like you. Council, Damian, Remy, they were always sabotaging me. Well, okay, Remy wasn't. Remy didn't... Remy's got, doesn't have a mean bone in his body. He's just the messenger, and yeah, she's shooting the messenger. But I don't blame her at this point, because she thinks she's gonna die. They were always sabotaging me. If everyone else just left me alone, I wouldn't even need your help. Why couldn't everyone just leave me alone? When they gave me a manager position at the facility, it was just to distract me even more, giving me free reign over a lab so I'd be tempted to do something I shouldn't. How could I not at least try? One of their oh-so-important founding principles, how every individual is important. That's clearly not the case with me, at least they never showed it was. Now I can see just how different you are. You're the only one who came to me willingly, without any ulterior motives. Or did you? You invited me, I just took the invitation. Just to use you. And you still came back for more. You let me do all those tests on you. Sure, you complained like a pro, but you just set it out for me. I owed you. You don't owe me anything anymore. So what? Maybe I won't have to die alone after all. I don't know if I'll be able to be there. It doesn't matter. You've already done more than enough for me. I'll remember you when I die. Anyway, enough of that. I hope you don't mind me hanging around here. My place still looks like the police raided it. Oh wait, that's exactly what happened. You need help cleaning up? No, I can pay someone to do it later. I just don't want to be there right now. Apartment you got here, by the way, not quite as fancy as mine, but this isn't bad either. I guess the council treats you nicely, huh? Yeah, it wasn't my decision. You're such a VIP, aren't you? I can't be that important if your apartment is nicer than this. Besides, after your rhetoric about being wild and all that when we went on our date, I assumed that you were more the type of person who lives in a hole in the ground. That's not what I say. I told you I appreciate all kinds of different experiences. I could survive in the wild if I wanted to, though. Do you want to know what I did on my last vacation? I just started walking in a random direction. I spent a week in the wilderness before I came back. In an adventure, I wouldn't be able to do that without tools. I could give you some tips if you'd like. Not sure if I'll ever need them, but I guess they could come in handy. Actually, there's one tip that should take care of everything. Let's hear it then. Just be a dragon, then you've got everything you need and you don't have to rely on tools and other stupid stuff. Yeah, that's super helpful. How do you think I'm supposed to do that? Not my problem. Honestly, given her, she could... that's exactly what it is. Actually, can you tell me about your advances in genetic engineering? Maybe you could make it happen. My personal ones? I was speaking more of your society as a whole, but if you have any personal experience, that would be also be interesting. We could do so much if we wanted to. Cloning, genetic scrambling, or hybrids of our various species. Heck, we could even create a new species if we wanted to. But that's not going to happen anytime soon. Tampering with genetics is not allowed. Why? Our enlightened society does not see any value in it. Besides, you know about our creation myth, right? The one about a human creating you? Yes, that one is the only one we have. Anyway, we are not to tamper with the perfect images after which we were created. And what would those be? The belief is that each species was molded for a particular task or a particular role in our society, really. Some of them aren't even wrong. It's that certain species should go into certain jobs because they're naturally higher aptitude in those fields. You mean an example? Well, let's just say that while everyone can join the police force, you'll never be able to be the flyer on duty unless you belong to a species that can fly. That much is a given. I was talking more if there's any sort of discrimination, for example. You could say so. These structures can be very rigid in places, especially where the council is concerned. They like to employ the members of the various species in their traditional roles. Enough, the perpetual nuisance you know it's Remy was a revolutionary case where that didn't happen. In what way? Well, accounts will say, particularly one who works in the archive, is usually a member of a species with more dexterous hands. They expect a four-legged species to do that kind of job well. And he doesn't. It's really been a disaster. He's basically become the laughingstock of the whole town. When Remy initially got the position, there was a lot of controversy about the subject. Some liked it, some didn't. I thought that was for Amera. Politics were a popularity contest. Doing something controversial and divisive about that really doesn't fit her image, that image. Like that in the beginning, it certainly caused people to remember her, though. And now that people know her, she has changed her attitude a bit. It's a good move because it kept her in the spotlight all the time, and she's using it to gain popularity now. So she just likes the attention. I don't know why she does it, and frankly, I don't care. You'd have to ask her herself, but I doubt she'd tell you. I wouldn't expect honesty from someone like her. Politics always used to be messy back home. Scandals, arguments, lies, they were everywhere. We do get the occasional scandal from time to time, and of course there's always rumors. You can't really make people stop talking. Anyway, I'm glad we don't have that anymore. Why not? At some point it just gets tiring. People get loud and argumentative, those who are supposed to be our leaders. That is not something people would like here. If you are a council member who wants to be popular, you don't engage in that kind of behavior. Like a nice change of pace. Necessary, since it also leads to reluctant agreements and sweeping issues that should be talked about under the rug. You know that. You know what? That doesn't jive with me. They will like to preserve this fantasy of peace and harmony in society. For me, it's just so fake. People pretend to be something they aren't to conform because they don't want to stand out. Become faceless puppets like drones in a hive or cogs in a machine. What kind of world do we live in where speaking one's mind is seen as something bad? I never held back. Now you see where that got me. Someone argued that it would just be easier to conform then. I could never do that, and besides, I don't want to. There's this thing called integrity, and if there's one thing our society needs, that's it. Now you're starting to sound like a politician. If that's what your politicians sound like, maybe they aren't so bad. Sometimes I just want to walk up to some of ours and shake them until they wake up and accept the truth. I don't go into politics on this channel, but that is something I agree with. I won't say which politicians though. What is the truth? I'm a scientist. Truth are facts that are empirically verifiable by science and tests. After all, the tests I do in my job are to find out if assumptions are true or not. If you ask different people, their definition of truth would be very different. What's truth to you, then? Truth is what I feel is right. I share your view, actually. I know that I know nothing. Deal with that. That's something our politicians would say. At least they have good intentions if they do what they feel is right. But good intentions alone don't get us anywhere. If we all just followed everyone's ill-informed good intentions, there would be chaos. Look at me, I'm a victim of this. Stupid backwards laws made on so-called good intentions are what will put me in prison. That kind of thinking doesn't help in my work because in the end, feelings can be wrong. You're not wrong, and we could argue about it all day, but the truth of the matter is that I wouldn't be here with you right now if it wasn't for me just trying to do the right thing. You do seem to like talking about this kind of stuff, though. I'm not an ambassador for nothing, you know. You're an ambassador so you can discuss the nature of truth with different cultures. You know, if you ask the wrong kind of person, these discussions could turn very ugly. I'm certainly here to learn more about what you're thinking and how your society works on a deeper level. Of course, I wouldn't just talk to someone on the street and I'd start talking. One second. Maybe you should be talking with someone in social studies then. Necessarily, even if someone like that gave me their opinion, it's still important to hear the people's voices themselves. Okay, anything else you want to know? How much do you really like me? Not the kind of question I was expecting. You call me when things get down and you don't really know anyone else. So what? Is it that hard to admit you like someone? You know me a little by now. You know what I'm like. Whatever you're looking for, you know I'm not that kind of material. Not even as a friend. You want to use emotionally related words to describe our relationship. We've met a few times, and that does it for you. Not me, before anything happens to either of us, I just want to know. I'm going to tell you how I feel about you. Even if something happened between us, you know it's not made to last. You will go back to your world, and I'll probably spend the next few years in prison. You wouldn't like the commitment anyway, would you? True, I wouldn't let something like that hold me back. Please don't. People don't like me, and I don't like people. That's how I've always been. Right now, though, I'd have to say you're probably the pure person I hate least. That's something, I guess. And I also can't deny that you have a certain exotic quality about you. Now you're talking. But enough about me. If you put up with me for this long, it can't just be your own unselfish kindness, can it? Smitten... I was smitten with you the first time I saw you. I don't hate you, too. I just did it to be nice. Let's see if this works. I don't hate you, too. I guess we feel the same way, then. You know, this might be our last opportunity to do something. Why not make it worth it? Let's just go with it, if you say so. Is that a yes? Yes. Or, yeah, we're going with this. I mean, technically you can just say no and turn it down, but... And we're gonna go... If I do a personal let's play, I might try that. Or if we go through this again, I might try that. For reaching out with a claw before she hooked into the neckline of my shirt. It depends on if we got her good ending or her bad ending. I think we might have gotten her bad end. Ironically, despite her personality, she is the less explicit of the two. Between her and Bryce. What are you doing? Well, we have to take these off, don't we? Not like that you'll ruin them, I'll do it. Alright, so fussy. Which... Okay, so yeah, apparently those two are mutually exclusive, and you abandon one if you go with the other. Did not know that. Yeah, let's just meet with Adine once. Okay, this feels... Alright, this is so late into the game. Oh, it's you. I thought they sent you away after... Okay, so this is new stuff. I thought they sent you away after everything going on. They changed their mind, so I suppose you'll be stuck with me a little while longer. I see. Here's your order. It got a little wet, but it should be okay. Now, let's go with this one. Fall into a river or something. It's raining pretty hard outside, that's all. Soaked, why don't you come in? Okay, so it's not doing the... It's not jumping ahead like it's supposed to. Okay, I'm not sure if... Okay, this is supposed to be letting me... Is it doing the thing where it's not letting me skip ahead again? Okay, let's go with this. Maybe there's more to it than that. What do you mean? Well, don't you trace your humans back to humans in some way? I know the kind of reputation we have in your culture. Can I ask a question for a change? Okay. I have my degree. Okay. Yeah, okay, we've done that one before. suppose that depends on whether or not you... Okay, I'm going to be part of a competition sometime. Okay, I'm actually going to race through this because I want to do a Dean next time. Because... Yeah, we'll go more into this when we could do the next route, because it'll be her route. Okay, yeah, okay, we've done... I don't want to... Well, in this timeline, we're now dating... We're now dating Anna. Yeah, I'm just going to zoom through this because we'll focus more on her next time. I actually thought it would just let me zip through this. Okay, we'll go with Anna. Then we'll do Low Rems ending next. Hey Dove, looks like you're ready to go. I didn't want to go to a community... I didn't think you'd want to go to a community event like this one. Anything can be fun with the right company. With that argument, we could just stay here. Seen the fireworks in years with all the crazy beep that's happened to me recently, then maybe there'll be a reminder of better days. Better days? You don't usually talk about yourself like that. It's because I just don't give a beep anymore. Who cares if they know that about me? Who cares if the entire town knows? I certainly don't. These days I'm just trying to make the most of whatever's left. Alright then, let's go. Let's go then. After a few minutes of walking, we arrived at a rather empty-looking area near the edge of town. So much for the whole town being out to watch the fireworks. Yeah, I'm not going to any of those places. I'm kind of a celebrity, you know, really. For better or worse, people know about me. Of course they would, given my intellectual status. Or maybe you just don't want to be seen with me. No, that's not it. Actually, that could be quite fun. It would only be another reason for people to be jealous of me. Oh, I think it's starting. We waited as the stillness of night enveloped us. Soon I heard the sounds of the first rocket making its way into the night, after which it exploded in a pattern of colors. More rockets followed, their thunderous noise echoing throughout the land. Suddenly a terrible realization hit me. Considering how public the event was and how everyone will be watching the fireworks, now would be the best time for Reza to make his move. The village basically deserted, but the sounds of fireworks would also overshadow any gunshots, giving him as much security as he would ever need. As the portal had been repaired by the mysterious person, now I knew it would be the perfect time for Reza to make his getaway, and I was the only one who knew. And I think we need to go now. Really, the fireworks just started. I know where Reza is. We need to stop him. Speak for yourself, this isn't my responsibility. This is much bigger than you. Are you going to help me or not? Alright, just for you. What do you want me to do? Fight him? I'm not sure if that would be such a good idea. I want to try talking to him first. You can buy some time. Maybe I could get some help. That'd be perfect. He'll be at the portal. Let's go. I arrived at the portal just a few minutes later. I couldn't help but be glad. Okay, that's the same regardless. And yeah, Sebastian's dead. Maybe during Adin's route, we'll just try to do all the side objectives and try to save him. Okay. Yeah, it probably is not in retrospect. Okay, we've seen this before. Also, let me see if I change the setting things back, if it will do the zoom through thing again. Yeah, okay, here we go. Maybe I can. Oh, you can't stop me now. Maybe I can. Suddenly Maverick and Anna appeared next to me. You planned this, didn't you, Dove? Traitor. I let you distract me with such a cheap trick just because I thought there was still a shred of humanity in you. I was not sure which of us he should be aiming at. Just let me go and I'll forget this ever happened. You got 6 bullets for 3 people. Do you think you can really do that, Reza? This is worth risking your life for. My life every day for the last two weeks. What did you think? What did you do during that time? Sip champagne in your ice apartment? The generator for this whole building came from our time. They belong to humanity. The illustrator came out of the hallway behind Reza. No, they belong to me. Because Reza spun around, aiming his gun at the newcomer, who was slowly walking towards him. Who the beep are you? Freeze, I said freeze. Want to waste your bullets on me? Feel free, you can't stop all of us. Did you say so? Pulled the trigger and the administrator fell to the ground with a dull thud that knocked her mask off. My first instinct was to run away, but as Maverick started charging, so did Anna and I. Maverick was fast, pouncing on Reza before he had a chance to aim at any of us. He was knocked to the ground and Maverick embedded his teeth into the body before him. Reza was screaming, aimed at Maverick's head and frankly pulled the trigger twice. The jaw was dislodged and Reza aimed his gun in my direction. Suddenly Anna jumped in front of me as the deafening bangs of several more shots rang out through the hallway. While I was unarmed, Anna was hit multiple times and fell to the ground. While I watched Reza hand dive in his pocket for more ammo, Anna's harsh breathing filled my ears. He had dove behind the generator box for cover and saw Anna opening her muzzle, spraying some liquid in Reza's direction. I looked at her in bewilderment before he suddenly burst into flames. He started flinging his arms wildly, trying to put out the fire. The flames didn't stop. He tried to get up but failed as he fell once more and squirmed around the floor, shrieking in agony. His life slumped and his cries stopped as he lay on the ground motionless. For a while the flames continued burning the now lifeless body. I went over to Anna, only to realize she was covered in blood from her bullet wound. She was breathing heavily and still alive. Looks bad. I had to do something to stop the bleeding. Don't bother. Based on where he got me, I will be gone soon. Don't say that. I've done autopsies before. I know how this goes. No one can help me now. You jumped in front of me, Anna. Why did you do it? I had a few months left to live, if I was lucky, that is. Anything past that wouldn't even be a life worth living. Would you want to spend your last days strapped to hospitals and slowly wasting away until nothing is left but a mere shell? A shadow of your former self? They can prolong my life, but they can't save it. But by doing this, I could save you, so I did. I know you have it in you to achieve and succeed at what you set out to do, even if I couldn't. Even if they'd have me rot and die in prison rather than finding a cure for myself and who knows how many others. Just make it count, Dove. I could answer, her head slumped and she was dead. Around the room, the fire had stopped and became eerily quiet as I checked on the others. Yeah, Maverick is dead. Anna's dead. And Russ is dead. So, yeah, this version of the timeline's kind of a bloodbath. Interesting thing with Reza's body is, unless the artificial skin he has on his arm goes down far enough. Long story short, Angels with Broken Hearts reveals Reza's actually a cyborg. One of his right arm is mechanical. It's just hidden with fake skin. So either the fake skin covering his arm it just burned away the outer layer and there's still more underneath it, or and I think that in the comic when you see him hit someone until the skin comes off, it does have blood under it, so that could easily be what it is. Or it just only is like from his elbow down. So he might not actually have cybernetics going like his entire arm might not be cybernetic. But that does explain a few things about how he's able to kill the dragons, because he's a cyborg. Well, I confirmed that Maverick and Reza were dead. I was glad to discover the administrator was still alive. Found a first aid kit in one of the rooms and used it to dress her wound. After a bit of rest, she was able to get up and walked outside. What are you planning to do now? I don't know, Izumi. What do you think I should do? We have to stop the comet after all. So remember my name. What else do you remember? I know we can stop the comet, but I want to help humanity. I just, like Reza, if I didn't try, you know, just helping one world and disregarding the suffering of the other. That's why I was asking for your plan. Sending the generators will be out of the question since we need all we can gather in order to stop the comet. That is correct. Unfortunately, I also know that by the time we stop the comet, humanity will have given up on the portal and disconnected its power source, so we won't be able to get to help them afterwards. You remember well. The solution to this would be rather simple. We just have to let them know to wait a while longer while the dragons recover from expending all the power sources to stop the comet. We could just send them a letter. I'm afraid that won't be possible. And why is that? After what's happened during some of our other attempts, I decided to delete the coordinates to humanity's portal when I repaired this one a few days ago. I've always been able to locate other functional portals, right? We could re-establish a connection. Fortunately, looking for other portals through time and space would be a significant energy expenditure we can't afford right now. Not if we want to stop the comet. I reject this outcome. If there's no way to send them help, I will go back to the day of my arrival and try again. That's why you put those coordinates in, after all. No, that's not your call to make. These coordinates were only to be used in emergencies, or if we failed. As far as I'm concerned, we did fail. Look at this world and what they've achieved under my guidance. You want to jeopardize this for a chance? Just a chance to save your city as well? That's what I came here to do. Reza too, but he's dead now, so I'm the only one they have left to fight for their survival. Also, because the timeline shifts if the comet's stopped. Like, the timeline diverges if the comet is stopped. Technically, we're not actually doing anything that will hurt anything by going back in time. As nice as it would be, a life here would be a life built on the suffering of others. I wouldn't be able to live with myself knowing I could have helped them but didn't because I took the easy way out. As far as I'm concerned, this isn't over yet. You want to save those who sent Reza and his supporters. Is this really about humanity or about Anna? She sacrificed herself for you, not so you could undo it all again. It is her sacrifice that makes it possible to save this world now. Is that not enough for you? No, I'm going. If that's your final decision, you leave me no other choice. Suddenly I saw her reaching for something in one of her pockets. When it parted to reveal Reza's gun, I quickly grabbed it and pointed it out of the way before Izumi pulled the trigger. It wrestled away from her and hit her in the face with its blunt end. She collapsed in pain as blood started to run down her cheek from when the impact had opened a gash. Around, I turned to her before I took my leave. You know what? For all Reza has done, you don't seem to be that different from him when it comes down to it. Goodbye. Well, like I said, this doesn't doom this world. Like, from what we know, stopping the comet splits the timeline. So this timeline will still exist. As I made the way to the portal to return to the day of my arrival, I thought what had just happened and what I would do now. If anything, Izumi's actions had only straightened my resolve to set things right. Just right. After all, I had all the time in the world to try. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the bad end. But yeah, that was Anna's bad, I'm assuming her bad end. And yeah, as far as the bad ends go, hers is probably one of the better outcomes because she sacrifices herself to save everyone, so I'm going to assume that given the protagonist would I'm assuming that if the protagonist did leave without telling anyone, Izumi would still tell the dragons. But given the protagonist's personality, I imagine they did tell people about the comet coming so they could stop it. I can't remember what we need to do to get Anna's good end. So this is the first cycle. How many of my friends died in this cycle? Well, it's not the first cycle. Okay, so Lorem did not die. Lorem did not die because we did a date and saved him from the collapse, from drowning. We saved Anna from getting killed by Damian, but Adine probably still died in the crash. Yeah, Anna's bad end. That was Anna's bad ending. So now we will do Lorem's ending. Let's see. Adine probably died. Adine probably died. Remy did not. Bryce did not. So I think the only one that actually died in that timeline's Adine. Okay. So how many cycles have you gone through? Okay, so we've done the neutral ending, Bryce's good end, Remy's bad end, Anna's bad end, and now we're going to do Lorem's to see if we can get his good end. Yes, we got Bryce. Bryce is the only one we've got a good end for. So let's see, neutral, Bryce's good ending, Remy's bad ending, Anna's bad ending, and now Lorem, so that'll be 5. Okay, so let's just do the well-deserved rest thing to avoid any problems. Okay, I'm pretty sure Adine's picture... Yeah, Adine is dead. Adine is dead in this timeline, so she's the only one that dies in this timeline. Hey, Dove. You're right, this will be much better than mingling with the crowds. I can do without all the extra noise and screaming. Yeah, so what are we here to do now? Wait. I think it's starting, look. We were quiet as we waited and the stillness of night enveloped us. Soon I heard the sounds of first rocket making its way into the night sky, after which it exploded in a pattern of colors. More rockets followed, their thunderous noise echoing throughout the land. Suddenly a terrible realization hit me, considering how public of an event this was, and how I was told multiple times that everyone would be watching the fireworks. Now would be the best time for Reza to do anything he had planned to do. Not only was this village mostly deserted, but the sounds of fireworks would also overshadow any gunshots, giving him as much security as he would ever have. The portal been repaired by the... Okay, I think we need to go now. What's going on? I know where Reza is. Really? We need to stop him. What do you think I can do? He's twice as big as I am, and let's not forget his weapon. I can try to hold him off. You go get help. Alright. Where is he anyway? The underground building. Let's go. Okay, I'm pretty sure at this point we're going to get Lower M's bad end, too. I arrived at the portal just a few minutes later. I couldn't help but be glad that it was still turned off and didn't appear to have been used. Okay. Maybe I can. Maybe Maverick and Lowrim appeared next to me. You planned this, didn't you, Dove? Traitor. Life for this. Okay, yeah. Okay, administrator. Hello. I find it interesting she's able to survive a direct hit to the chest, but maybe that suit she's wearing's actually got protection. He was trying to run away, but as Maverick and Lowrim started charging, Reza was quick with his aim and shot at Maverick until he went down. Then took flight with a few beats of their wings and was about to collide with Reza, but at the last moment Reza got out of the way and hit Lowrim with a well-aimed kick. In that instant, Reza was laying at me. I dove behind the box with the generator for cover just before he pulled the trigger. While I was unharmed, a loud hiss suddenly started emanating from the box. I knew what was going to happen and quickly started running towards the exit. Yeah, and Lowrim likely died there. So it didn't matter my ears, the shockwave sent me flying before I roughly colliding with the ground. Blurred and all control left my body as I slowly closed my eyes. So Reza got killed in the explosion, most likely. No, he didn't. This time my Reza aiming his gun at me. What the heck did you do to the portal? What are you talking about? I didn't do anything. Why can't I use it then? What happened to the coordinates? The dragons don't know that much about the portal, so it must have been you or that girl. Better give me something or else I have no reason to let you live. It was her. Who is she? I don't know. They must have sent her through after you. The only question is why. You were the one that suddenly vanished. Maybe that's why they sent her. I had my plan and humanity was fine with it. You must have told them something that changed their mind. I haven't been in contact with them since the day I arrived. I got nothing to do with her. I just wanted a diplomatic solution. It was a beat plan. You weren't supposed to know anything about what I was doing. If humanity knew, why would they send her then? That's what I've been asking myself. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't matter anyway. She's the only one who knows how to use the portal, and now that you've killed her, we're both stuck here. You've got something to do with this, or you wouldn't be so being smug about it. No, I just like seeing you fail. Stop denying it. You're going to fix this now, or I'll find ways to make you talk. Nothing you do or say will change what's coming now. What's that? Turn around. As a glance back over his shoulder just in time to see Maverick running towards him. Turned his gun around, aiming in Maverick's direction. Before he could fire, I grabbed his hand and attempted to disarm him, but in the scuffle a shot went off and I suddenly found myself in a world of pain. Collapsed to the ground, still holding the gun. Maverick pounced and pinned Reza to the ground with all his weight. What are you going to do now, Reza? Not so strong anymore without your weapon. Voices fade as I watch the night sky. Nerd red, making the stars look as if they were bathing in a sea of blood. I resigned to my fate and closed my eyes. So Maverick actually survived that time. Okay. He was apprehended and taken to jail. As communications between our world were no longer possible, humanity never learned of our fate in this timeline. Decided that if our visit did not yield any results, they would no longer try their luck with the portal and instead use their remaining energy to hold on as long as they still could. It was an uphill battle that was eventually lost when the city ran out of resources and fell. Reza warned the dragons of the comet and its danger, but without the generators from the underground building, their plan to redirect it ultimately failed. So bad, another bad end. I don't know what I did wrong. Like, I thought that I got the pieces to what looked like Lorem's Oxamine spear. I thought I got the pieces, but I must have missed something. So I must have missed something. So we've got Bryce's good and Remy's bad and Anna's bad end, and now Lorem's bad end. Which Lorem's is probably one of the worst because they die. So yeah. Also, hello, Cuddles. What are you doing? You have not been up here during my stream for a while. How are you doing, little cat? Cuddles is being a cat. She's just saying hello. What did I do wrong? I clearly did something incorrect. Yeah, bad end. Okay, so we're going to return to the past now. Okay, I did not actually mean to do that because I wanted to... Okay, this time we're going to start with we're going to do a Dean's. But let's try to save Sebastian first this time around. Because we'll do the side characters this time. Hey Sebastian, this is Dove. Huh? You just hung up. You're still here? I'm still on the clock, you know. Huh, well, I'm glad you take my security so seriously. Just doing my job, sir. Don't call me sir. Sorry, my bad. I haven't actually seen a human in flesh and blood before today, so it's kind of hard to tell. Actually, I meant just you don't have to be so formal with me. Alright. Anyway, did you need anything? It's pretty boring when I have to spend all my day on my own. I don't really know anyone yet. So I don't know where I could go or what I could do for fun. Well, if it were earlier, I could have shown you around town, giving you a tour, but it's getting dark outside, and I think most places are closed by now. Let me think. You like being outdoors? Yeah. Oh, me too. What do you think about camping? You want to go camping right now? Well, it might not be my best idea, but I'm sure there's I'm not sure there's much else we could do at this time. For us to just go outside. I'm supposed to be guarding you, you know. Technically, I'm still on the clock, but camping would be much more fun than you just staying inside of me guarding your door, don't you think? Besides, I'm supposed to accompany you wherever you go. You're not our prisoner, so of course you're free to go wherever you want to go. If you wanted to spend the night outside and experience the countryside, not only could I not stop you, but I'd be obligated to come with you. So what do you say? Sign me up? Sure, let me just grab a few things. Well, here we are. I'm surprised you even got a spot this late after what you told me. With a member of the police force and someone who is as important as you, it's not really surprising. They probably regarded us an honor to be hosting us. So this is it? No tent or anything? Oh, tent camping would have been a bit more complicated to set up at the last minute. Is there any other form of camping? What you're seeing is cave camping. Essentially, they run like hostels, but you sleep in caves like this one. Well, at least we got some furnishes. Could use a few sleeping bags, though. You want a comfy bed, you should have stayed in your room. This here's the real deal. Supposed to sleep on the ground? Sounds great. Yep, just us and nature itself. Do we have some natural lighting in here? So much for the real deal. You could just sit in the dark if you prefer that. No, I think this will do. Have you ever gone camping before? Not like this, plenty of times. Nope, this is the first. I see. You know, I was kind of nervous when I met you for the first time. I could tell. It was quite a thing to hear that humans were going to visit our world, but when I met you and it turned out you were just like an ordinary person, that really threw me off. Didn't you meet Reza before? Actually, no. Everything about your visit is clouded in secrecy, so I didn't get to hear much about Reza from Maverick before I met you. I see. So are you one of the ones who expected me to act a certain way because I'm human? Actually, that didn't have much to do with it. Any high-profile guest would have nervous, especially if I was in charge of keeping them safe. I also just happen to be the newest guy on the force, so I didn't exactly want this to turn out into a career ender right here. Yeah, fun fact that that's actually one of detailing his first day on the job is actually one of the first stories in the prequel. 1 second. I also have okay, yeah. You've been doing a great job so far, don't worry about it. With the whole murder investigation going on, you should be more careful that doesn't end up in more than just your career. Better hope these walls aren't going to cave in. I think my character might actually say this because they subconsciously remember him dying repeatedly. Good point. How long have you been on the force? They didn't assign me a rookie, did they? Just because I'm the newest guy doesn't mean I'm the rookie. It's been a few years now. I suppose that means you don't get many new recruits. Not here, at least. This is just a small town, so we don't really need them all that often. I got lucky with this position because I figured there'd be more competition from the locals. The locals? You don't live here? I live here now, but I actually grew up in a small farming village that mostly consisted of runners like me. Runners? Oh, that's just what they call our species sometimes. We got really powerful legs. I can see that. Are many villages where the inhabitants are mostly the same species? For sure, though. For sure, it's mostly the smaller ones, though. The bigger they get, the more variety you'll find. I see. I only have my own town to compare, but from what I've heard, there are other villages that are fairly similar. They only survive like that if they lead much simpler lives, and if they focus on a certain industry that species is good at. Species is good at farming. Better than the Earth Dragons, at least, even though they come in handy pulling the plows. Why did you decide to become a police officer? I just wanted to see where what's out there beyond our vegetable fields, and if whatever was there was all like the stories I'd heard. Is it? Oh yes, it's been great. Now that you mention it, I don't really know much about this town either. What'd you like to know? What can you tell me about his people? That's what I would go with. They're a friendly bunch for the most part. Of course, I also meet some unpleasant fellows in my line of work. Lucky those seem to be in the minority. It was a bit of a culture shock when I initially came here and with all the different species living together, but my police training took care of that. Also, if you hear me like gulping some, it's because while we were out on the porch working, someone started up a diesel tractor, and it did kind of get my allergies going a bit. But don't worry, I took a breathing treatment, so I'm fine. My asthma worked up a bit. What can you tell me about the land? What's it like to work with Bryce? What's it like having so many different species on the force? Let's go with that, because it plays off what he just said. My hometown has been quite an interesting change. On one hand, you get all kinds of different people with all kinds of different strengths, abilities, and backgrounds that can make your work so much easier. On the other hand, it also creates all kinds of problems that I would never have expected. I won't forget the first time I had to follow a shoplifter who also happened to be a flyer. Tell me about the land. The land, well, I hear they have fertile soil. Not as fertile as my hometown, though. I was talking more about if they have any sort of industry. Oh, I see. The town is actually quite unique because even though it's fairly small, it has its own production facility. With that, I guess they have our full production chain. So your one factory is everyone probably enjoy there? Okay, I'll, 1 second. Second. Okay. In a way, yes, it makes us fairly independent and keeps everything local. I work with Bryce. He kind of took me under my wing when I came here. I've been working with him ever since, pun not intended. I found it a bit weird that the big shot himself had to show the country bumpkin like me the ropes, though. I thought he saw it as a challenge or that he wanted to scare me away, but honestly, he's been great. Everyone... Oh, 1 second. Honestly, he's been great, but everyone honestly, he's been great. Everyone here trusts him a lot. Special recommendations or secrets? Secrets? This town doesn't really have any secrets. Not that I know of, at the very least. Maybe you just don't belong to the inner circle yet. I'd think as a member of the police force, I get to see everything there is to see here. Either way, I don't think there's anything special about our town. But hey, I'm not the only one who's new here. What are your impressions? Good, bad, or ugly? Fun so far, let's say that. Fun, that's not something I'd expect you to say after we showed you a corpse on your first day. Hey, if Bryce said it had to be done, then it's part of the job. Not sure if it was a good idea by Bryce to take you to a crime scene, though. I know he's a hands-on guy, but that really was a bit much, pun not intended. If you need my help, I'm glad to give it, fostering goodwill and all that. Well, at least you don't seem to be traumatized from the experience. Anyway, how about some fun? What kind of fun you talking about? I brought some playing cards, a staple for any camping trip. Apparently, also, this is a leftover from Sebastian being intended as one of the dateable dragons. One second. Okay, see, what are we playing? Locating Bastion's Breach, ever heard of it? Is that an actual game? Like, is that an actual game? No, oh, okay, yeah, apparently it is? Maybe? I'm not actually sure. Can't say I have. Like, they do sell they do seem to they do actually sell Sebastian cards with Sebastian on them, but I can't really tell if actually tell if this is an actual real game or not. Good fun, though things can be quite often played in the break room to pass time. It's good fun, though things can get quite heated sometimes. Let me go over the rules. Sure. Each of us starts with all cards of a given suit in their hand. You'll be diamonds, I'll be hearts. What you see in the center is the middle row, which is a line of shuffle cards from another suit. This way, each game is going to be unique, since the middle row always changes between games. Now, this is how the game works. We will play around for each card in the middle row, starting with the one you see on the very left. During each round, we both decide to play a card, decide which card to play, and put it face down like this. Once we've both played a card, we can flip them over. The highest card wins the round. Whoever played it gets a point. Clarify, 2 is the lowest card and the king is the highest. The ace is a special card that beats every other face card but will lose against any number card. Now, the card from the middle row also counts, so it's possible that neither of us will get a point. Another round. If there's a tie, no clear winner between the 3 cards, or the middle row has the highest card, no one will point for that round. However, the next round will give the winner an extra point to make up for it. And the player with most points wins the game. You get all that? This is all about bluffing and mind games. You can always see what cards that have been played, so each of us knows exactly what the other player has left. Alright, are you ready? Sure. Don't worry, I'll go easy on you. Take all the time you need to make your selection. Okay, 5 for the first card. That makes an interesting start. If I surpass it and play something higher, but if I'm going to do the same, you don't know how high I would go to not only beat the 5, but your higher card as well. You could count on me trying to beat a higher card and play a low one instead, thus making me waste mine. So what's it going to be, Dove? Let's try this. As you can see, I played a lowly 2 just to see what would happen. Getting to know your opponent and their tendencies is just as important as analyzing potential moves and strategies. Ty, I guess we both try to do the same thing here. Rather than interesting control moment, especially when getting him early and when most cards are available. I'll let you figure this one out, though. I'm gonna play low because I don't... we actually played the exact same cards. Looks like a tie. Of course, the only card that beats a king is an ace, but playing it here would be a rookie mistake. It's definitely player to safer play to just get rid of a low card here. Let's try a 7 here. Okay, he wins my point. Don't worry, you can still win. Well, now he's used up his jack, though, so that's good. Nice. Okay, ace is... Okay, any number card beats the ace, so... Nothing too great for you. Well, he's already burned up most of his higher cards, though. That's the thing. I knew... At the halfway point now, it's really going to get serious. Anyone can still win. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go with king. I'll take this one. Okay. Yeehaw. Okay, yeah, I'm not good at this kind of thing. Okay, beat him there, darn. This game is pretty much over. Alright, that's it. Okay, I can see that being a fun game. I'm sorry the game says this, but you just lost. Yeah, I noticed. I guess I can't help it, I'm just that good. You beat someone who's played the first time ever. Congrats. Don't be a poor sport about it now. Maybe you'll win the next time. If there ever is such a thing. And I'll just put these away. No rematch. Maybe some other time. It's kind of getting late now. If you say so. Hey, maybe next time you could teach me a human card game. Sure. Maybe we can just get some sleep now. I imagine it'd be just as busy tomorrow as it is today. Let's not forget to have to get up early to report about all this. So, how do you like your bed of rocks? Suppose it takes some getting used to. Blanket would have been nice at the very least. I could warm you up. Not sure it would be safe to keep a fire burning overnight. You're right, but I wasn't talking about that. I see. Either way, the only blanket I can offer is myself. And let's just... It's not romantic, it's just then what... So, yeah, alright then. He was intended to be a romantic option at some point. Is that better? Sure. One second. Okay, well, we're going to go with Adine. Oh, it's you again. I thought we were over this, but at least you didn't reduce me to my species anymore. Likewise. Okay, let's go with that. It's kind of a surprise considering you knew I deliver for the cafe. No, I want to see your other answers that we didn't see the first time. Oh, I better eat this before it gets cold. I am gonna save just in case I screw up. Oh, maybe we just share similar tastes. Okay, we already did this. Okay. I can ask a question for a change. Okay. Okay, let's actually ask her what this is this time. Because it's her acrobatics thing. Effectively they're doing fly maneuvers like rolls, spins, and loops. Actually hoping to be a competition, part of a competition sometime. Alright, so when I was kind of expecting something different. Okay, let's go with dragons are noble creatures this time. One side is a symbol of power and strength, but also wisdom. Yeah, that's Eastern dragons, mostly. When possessing an intellect that has no equal, they are noble creatures and the depiction enjoy an almost universal appeal. Okay, that part's true, because dragons are just really, universal. I'm used to that, though it would be even nicer if they're all true. To be honest, I don't know if it's such a good idea to generalize like that. Even if it's good things you're saying about us, we're all different, you know, and not all of us are nice. I see. But then we have so many good things about you. We've said so many good things about your kind, too. No matter what you might think of humans, I can assure you I am no way special or supernatural. You when you first heard about us. It's awesome, which I think we already did. Okay, I loved it. I see. Okay. Oh, did I actually read that? Ow. Okay, since you asked my family, I'm going to ask you about the same thing. Is there a Mrs. Dove waiting for you? No, I can't say there is. Come on, tell me. Okay, there really isn't someone. I see. Anyone on your radar at least? Someone you think is cute? Let's just go with this, because honestly, a Dean is probably definitely my favorite of the dragons. Shame you can't be with them now, though. Or are you talking about someone you met here? Oh my. Had to be someone I know. Well, who is it? I am not sure how many questions that was, but it's not your turn anymore. Well, you started it. Yeah, that's true. You seem to be really enjoying it, though. Okay, we know she really won't answer anything for this. Let's go with this just for fun. What bar your body's most tickets? Probably my sides. Good to know. You wouldn't misuse that knowledge, would you? Of course not. Sure, it's my turn now. What's your greatest wish? World peace. We've already gone through that. Okay, we went with what would you do if you were invisible for the day? We've already gone with that one. Are you scared of dying? What do you think is your biggest physical flaw? I'm gonna say scared of dying because our character would know she died in the previous loops. I mean, no, absolutely not. Why not? I do have ideas of what might happen afterwards, but even if what I think isn't true, I'm not afraid of the unknown. In some sort of twisted way, I'm actually curious to find out what it will be like when it's all over. Interesting, to be honest, I feel the same. You know, if you're so here to find out I can help you with that, no. Interesting. Aren't you curious as well? Not this curious, I see. Well, that and our we've established in a previous one that our character is Christian. Which, in retrospect, I should probably have answered the other way around. But actually, I'm going to change it. Because... okay, I can't actually change my answer. Enjoy my life to the fullest until the last moment. Say my last goodbyes and hope for the best. Stay outside, watch it all happens. Hide in deepest bunker underground. Excuse me. Let's go with this. Just until the very end. I like that. You would come back to me in my world, would you do it? What's your biggest regret? If I asked you to kiss me, would you do it? Let's go with this one. Oh my. I think that might be a time for a dare now. Alright. Remove your headgear, kiss me, bite into a lemon. Let's go with this one because, yeah, I'm not sure if kiss me would actually go well, so let's go with remove your headgear. Just that's not very hard. I thought I'd go easy on you since it's the first time and all. I see. I wonder if it will let us actually know anything about it. There, satisfied? She does look weird without the goggles. Like, she actually legit looks weird, definitely. Got Undyne to remove her headgear, wow. Alright, so, who do you fancy the most? I'll take a dare for this one. You know, if you want me to come over again, you don't have to order anything to do it. Here's my private phone number. I'll keep that in mind, thanks. Bye! I really do like her. Like, Adine is just is a very sweet character. No, I actually don't. Because... okay, because I do need to actually interact with a few of these. Because sometimes the dialogue changes. What do you mean you didn't see him? Whoever it was wearing a mask. Okay, I haven't seen this one. It has less to do with my staff and more what I told you last time. You know him, and that gives you experience that can help us understand how he thinks, and that's the kind of help we really need. Anyway, here's the list. Okay, so... I think we do have to go to... I know that we can go to the library to get the scene with, I think, Remy and Adine. Yeah, there it is. Hello, Dove. How can I help you? Let's go with this time. What did Adine want from you? Because we didn't do this the last time, I don't think. Oh, yeah, we did, apparently. I'm doing fine, thank you. That's all, okay. I don't think we've gone to the production... Have we gone to the production facility? I don't think we have, actually. Rosa was allegedly here at some point. Maybe I should ask Donna. Hello? Anybody here? Damian. Wait, I think I've seen this before, so what? Well, can I help you? Alright. Okay, yeah, we've seen this before. I don't know why it's not skipping it. Yeah, the two of them do not like each other. I've seen him a few times. He would, yeah, okay, we've already seen this. I don't know. I have no idea what he's doing or what his plan is. I wonder what will happen to our trade agreement now, considering Rez is still missing the murders and the stolen generator. Reza really is a murderer, then. I'm not sure there's... Did I Okay, I think I might have actually messed up and we actually hadn't seen that before. I'm not sure if there's anything special about Anna raising Rez's blood. I mean, she's a scientist, so it's natural that she'd be interested in something like that. I had to talk to her about it, though. She may know more details for us. The map of the library, I don't know what to think about it. We could have needed a map to plan something, I suppose. Okay, yeah. Okay, of course, we're going to continue things with the Dean. Oh, I want to see everything. Where you live, Adine, small and but cozy. Let's go with that. Who else? Someone needs... Thanks, but for me, it's not about being nice. I feel almost obligated to help, you know? Talk about something less depressing. Get some news for him. Both of you was murdered. That's a strange way of looking at it, but you have a point. There's articles like 5 steps to get the partner of your reigns. I'm sure I'll fight to determine my fate. Come on, it'll be fun. Okay. You decide. Dreams are usually nonsense. I've been dreaming of fire. I don't dream at all. My dreams are often about people I know. Dream stuff in here. Dream stuff wasn't so bad. I think that's what we need to... I already know what I want in a relationship. I guess we'll find out if what you think about yourself is true. Every now and then. What is your favorite dessert? Okay, let's answer. I think we did this the first time. So let's go with this. An all-time classic. Who doesn't like chocolate cake? Yeah, let's go with this one. What do you mean? Or why did you do that? You clear. Okay, this is about throwing away the health section. We'll never find out what relationship would suit me. Yes, how else would we know? Fortune cards. Okay. I have to do that. That's what I was looking forward to. Let's go with that because it seems like this kind of stuff is important to Undyne. Dean. Okay, future was I think the first time, so let's go with past. Past seems a little strange since you already know it, but it might help you with things in a new light or give you a new perspective. Let's see what this card means. Your past is filled with fire, strife, and conflict. Yet, like steel, you adapted it and were tempered by it. What didn't kill you only made you stronger. Yep, that is appropriate given our character lived through an apocalypse. As a result, you grew up quickly and became a mature, decisive individual. You know what you want and you had the potential to get it. What do you think about that? It's true, it's not true, that's very generic. It's true. Is that so? Then it's up to you to keep learning from your past and moving forward with that knowledge. I guess that's everything the magazine had to offer. That was certainly interesting. What a shame. Let's go with what a shame. I could try to find the diet book if you're that different to find out the personality results. Please don't. Alright. So you have anything interesting going on at the moment? Okay. Supposed to be a remnant of human civilization, maybe even created by humans. Who wouldn't be interested in that? When an actual human in front of you is not enough. If I had you all to myself, it might be enough, and since your stay is only temporary, I'll have to some other human-related things to keep me busy. How do I even ask for something like that? I can try. Promising that I certainly try. I can certainly try is a phrase that I have come to dread as a D&D player, because normally when the DM says, you can certainly try, that is normally a sign of, you should not try this. That means a lot to me. Okay. You know what, let's go with the... I'm locked out of any of their endings at this point. But if I go with Anna, I might be able to save her from death. Which would be nice. So we can at least save her from dying this timeline. So let's go with her. Because she's the only one that at this point... yeah, let's skip. Because... Oh, okay, so no, she dies anyway. Everything that I can do, let's just get this over with. People concerned look but nodded. Okay. There's a decision, then so be it. Yeah, because this doesn't change all that much. Just saying, wait, what? Okay, we need to go to the police archives. Trusted the message. Okay, we've already done this. Okay, I think we actually have to go to the police archives. Kalineth. 1 second. Okay, Kalineth. You're in luck, Dove. Okay, we've actually seen this before. I don't know why it's not letting us skip it. And okay, well, I think we need this for her good end. Okay, we've done this before. Yeah, I don't know why it's not skipping this when it really should. Try the map for now. Yeah, let's go with this. According to the, I don't think we've actually done this. According to this, the investigation of the building was halted due to acute danger of collapse and the danger the surrounding water could cause. Since the building was at unknown historical and technological value, there was a plan in place to drain the water pockets. The legal permissions had not gone through, however, it would take some time for the equipment to arrive. For now, the building was stable as long as it remained undisturbed, but for obvious reasons, no one was allowed to enter. Patrols are guarding it day and night. The other time, I better wrap up here. I'm getting late, better head to the station now. Do I have everything? Okay, good. Okay, yeah, we've already seen that. I do what I can. Okay, so that's going to be the end of this episode. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye! I still don't... Oh yeah, Anna's already dead. Oops. I still don't have a catchphrase.